Closing your eyes, we lift the crown of the head high towards the ceiling to lengthen our spine and bring space between the vertebrae. Inhale, nice deep breath. Exhale and soften your shoulders away from your ears. Allow your hips to sink into what you're seated on. Take a moment to connect with what you're sitting on, feeling any texture or temperature change, touching something cold or warm, soft or hard. Notice those things to connect to whatever you are sitting on. And a quick body scan, checking in with your body, noticing how you feel today. Notice things like temperature as well. So just thought to myself, I feel pretty good, but I'm kind of cold. That's a thing. So notice it. Take that into your inventory. To begin to center, go ahead and guide your attention to your breath. Mold or shape or count or do anything with the breath. We're just going to watch. Just watch your body breathe. So that can mean that you can imagine you're sitting next to yourself on the floor and you're watching your body breathe. Noticing any subtle changes, chest and belly inflated. Breath. Just focus on what you're feeling as you breathe. So noticing again belly and chest and ribs expanding on the inhale and contracting on the exhale. Feeling any other sensation you notice. Just sit with this, noticing the breath. So we pause and take this time for ourselves. Your attention moves away to whatever things you might be noticing around you, out outside the place where you're sitting. Your attention back to breath. Congratulate ourselves on being mindful, and then we come back to the breath. Just again and again and again. Control it. Pull the attention back to breathe. Part of the breath you're focusing on. 5 more breaths if you can. Just work everybody when you're deepen your breath. Just again, what you're sitting on, that connection. Deeper, longer, and broad. Back to you. Rise when you feel ready. Yourself back to a new moment. Let's go ahead and stand. Taking anything you have on your mat off your mat so that it's away from you. stand up. Standing with our feet hip distance, or if it's more comfortable to go a little wider, feel free to do that. Press your feet firmly into your mat and feel the connection, pushing your feet down, energetically drawing energy up into the body as you feel your kneecaps and your quad muscles firm, your glutes firm, your low belly firms. That beginning to get strong as we firm those muscles. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up. So we have been doing a breathing meditation that can be incorporated into our practice, right? So our yoga practice, our asanas, exhale, lower the arms. Our asanas are basically a moving meditation. Inhale, lift the arms again. And we're incorporating the breath. We always incorporate the breath into the movements. So here we are focusing on our inhales and our exhales, how it feels as we're body. Putting it all together, making it a little more formal. Go a couple more times with the arms, nice and slow, warming up the shoulders. Feeling the connection with your feet to your yoga mat, to the earth. Done, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and inhale, lift the arms again. As you exhale, this time take your right arm in front of you and your left arm behind you. Over your shoulder behind you. Inhale, the arms lift up, and we'll turn back to center and go the other way. Continue. The arms. Turn back to center and to the other side, and exhale and lower. Meditation, a breathing meditation, being mindful of how it feels to move. We're going to go one more time each direction. Start moving into forward folding movements. So you should start to feel a little heat in your shoulders. We've been going up and down quite a bit. That heat is energy, so creating some space. Ready, inhale, lift the arms high. As you exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. And then inhale and come right back up again. Exhale the arms down to your sides. And we do it again. Breathe in. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come up. Exhale the arms down to your sides. Continue. This time we're going to stay in the forward fold this time. We fold forward as we exhale and hold your elbows, gently swaying side to side as you unravel and release your spine. Tucking your chin in towards the chest so the back of your neck has lots of length. Use your back so we can focus on lengthening the spine. Come back to the middle and circle your arms behind you, weaving them together, and then lifting them high towards the ceiling as you open the chest and the shoulders and you breathe. Release, exhale, plant your hands on the floor, and we're going to step just the right foot back into a high lunge. Letting the hips move towards the floor. Pause and breathe. Back leg is straight and strong, pressing that back heel back. To the floor, keeping the knee straight. Good job, everybody. Plant your right hand closer to your left foot and open or twist towards your left knee, looking towards the sky if you can. Twist. So your hand is the opposite. So if your left foot is forward, your right hand is on the floor. There you go. Or if you had a chair in front of you, you could place your hand on that chair and twist. Exhale, let's bring the hand back to the floor, and we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent for a couple of breaths as you press your hands firmly into the mat, moving your body back. Then take time to pedal your knees out one at a time, really focusing on what you feel in each leg. When you're ready, we're going to step the right foot forward now, hitting your foot up inside that right hand. And the same thing we did on the first side, we're going to let the hips move towards the floor as we keep the back leg straight. So if you're having a tough time touching the floor, you can have a chair in front of you and place your hands on that chair, or even a yoga mat, yoga block. Let's come to the block. That's an option. Good, and we keep letting those hips move to the floor, so we're stretching out the front of the left hip. And when you're ready, we're going to move our left hand closer to our right foot and lift the right hand off the floor as we move into the twist. And then exhale. We're going to step back to plank pose. That is the top of a push-up. Take your time. Hips and shoulders align. Fingers are wide and we're hugging our hands toward each other. If plank is challenging to you, feel free to let the knees come down. Stay there and breathe. A few more breaths. Just any shaking you feel in your body. My whole body's vibrating. We've not done this in a while. On your next exhale, bend your elbows and move to the floor. Point your toes and let the top of your feet rest on the floor. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears. Roll them onto the back. And lift into a baby cobra. So in a baby cobra, our forearms are moving towards the floor, lifting the chest off the floor. Shoulders are down. Exhale. Lower your way down. Curl the toes and lift yourself to plank and then downward dog. Let's step to the top of the mat. Go ahead and lace your fingers back behind your back again. Lift the arms, open the chest. As you exhale, drop your seat, sweep the arms down. Lift your arms, lift your chest. Katasana, chair pose. And then press your feet and come all the way up. Exhale, your hands home to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. And we're going to take the right foot back, coming into that high lunge. This time, let your knee come to the floor. Isometrically drag that back knee forward. Lift your arms, lift your chest. Hips are moving down and forward as you lean back. Hands come back to the floor on your exhale, and we step forward. Circle your arms behind you. Open the chest. Exhale, sweep the arms down, flow through chair, and come all the way up. Exhale your hands home. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back. Let your knee come down. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the chest, lean back. Exhale. Step forward. Circle your arms behind you. Exhale, sweep the arms down, flow through chair. Come all the way up. Exhale your hands home to your heart. Good. And then grab a block, and we're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle. We're going to take the block, put it on the outside of your right foot. Take your left foot and slide it back. Make sure our feet are as far apart as one of our legs are long. Wants to crack. So we make sure our feet are on the same plane. Your heels are either lined up or the front heel to the back arch. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach with a nice long spine. Come to that block. Lift the other arm to the ceiling. Turn the palm of your hand to face the top edge of your mat and reach your arm over so you line up your bicep with your ear. Pressing those fingertips forward as we press our back heel into the mat, getting a nice big stretch. Give your knee a slight little bend. The front knee bends a little bit, and then we rise up on the inhale. And exhale the hands down. Switch sides. I should have asked you to bring your block with you. In Trikonasana, our legs are straight, so we don't want to bend them, but we don't want the knees locked either. So the knees have a tiny little micro bend. Inhale the arm. Exhale, reach for the back edge of your mat. Can't go any further. Take your hand to your block as you lift the other arm up towards the ceiling. Up. Palm of your hand to face the back edge of your mat. Reach your arm up. Big stretch on that whole right side. Give your front knee or your front knee a little bend. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale the hands down. Turn your toes to face me. Hands to your hips. And hold all the way to the floor. Let your hands come down to the earth. You can go ahead and hold your elbows if you'd like to and sway side to side. Coming back to center, circle the arms behind you, lift the arms high. Exhale, hands come down, and we'll walk our hands towards the front of your, walking the hands forward. Chin stays neutral, back of the neck long. We'll let the chest move towards the floor, but we keep the belly drawing in. And then go ahead and walk your hands through your legs. Reach for a space behind you. Good, and then walk your hands back in, and we're going to walk around to the front edge of the mat. We come into a high lunge. So the right foot turns on the toes of the back foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here to feel your body in this posture. Fingers wide, hands hugging toward each other. Walk your feet together. Big toes touch, and then lift the right foot high as you stack your hips open. Bend your knee and rotate your ankle. Reach high with your foot and place it back on the mat. And then do the second side. When you're ready, you can always do a child's pose between sides if you need to. And once you come back to down dog, hold for 2 more breaths. And then the knees come down to the floor. Sit back in child's pose. So we either bend the elbows so we can soften the shoulders, or move your arms straight behind you in classic child's pose. Place your hands under your shoulders and roll your way up. Go ahead and grab the block. We're going to do a supported shoulder stand. Actually, I want to show you shoulder stand first. If you have the blankets at home or towels and you can do shoulder stand, then move into that. If not, the second option is supported shoulder stand with your hips on a block. So let me demonstrate for you. I like to keep things safe, so I always use blankets to support my shoulders, keeping my neck off the floor. So I have one blanket, and then I'm going to take a second blanket, and that gives me probably at least 2 inches of height off the mat. So this is going to support my shoulders and keep my neck safe. It does make it a little bit hard to kick up because you've got a little extra power to get your hips up over your shoulders. And then when you're ready, so just watch if you want to, unless you know where you're going. When you're ready for this, then you'll roll your way down and your shoulders will be on the blankets. Head is off the blanket. Ponytail's in the way. Okay. So I want the blanket to be about mid-neck. So not at your skull, not at your shoulders, but somewhere right in between. You're there. We're going to kick our feet up and support our hips with our hands. So it looks like this. Once you get there, try to roll the shoulders under. I'm cheating with the wall, but it's really handy. So hands are supporting the hips. If you can get really straight, you get your shoulders, your hips right up over the shoulders, and our legs go pretty straight, and we flex our toes. Or another option is to let your hips move towards that top of the mat, and you're supporting it, and then the legs are over your head slightly. This is going to give you the same benefit of a shoulder stand. It's all the fluids to come down from our legs, getting up into our body. Also is great for the thyroid, activating thyroid. If this is not your pose today, let me show you a different option. Is without the blankets, just a block. Come down onto our back. We lift our hips and place the block under the sacrum. So if you can see, my block is
vertical to my hips, and it's on the skinny side. So it's not on the flat side. And we want this to be above the tailbone and below the waist so that you're supporting your sacrum. If it doesn't feel right or feel good, it's probably in the wrong place. And then we roll the shoulders under as much as we can. So we open the chest, arms straight, palms face up. Simply lift the feet to the ceiling. You can also keep your feet down. So if this is more comfortable, this is a supported bridge pose. Or if you'd like to take the feet up, that gets the inversion for you. Feet are active. Hang out here and we breathe. So I'm going to come down and see how you all are doing, giving you some guidance if you need it. Stay here for, gosh, at least 3 minutes if we can. Don't have anything to support your hips on. Up or even put your legs again. Begin to move your attention to your breath. Feeling your belly rise or expand. Contract. That breath. Some place you can focus on the breath. Just let the breath move normal and slow and soft. Doing is watching. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and let our feet come down. If you're in a typical shoulder stand, you're going to roll your way down and draw your knees into your chest. If you're on your block, just let the feet come down. Take a breath or two. In time, come up onto your toes and slowly lower your back to the floor. Shoulder stand, you want to let your back muscles pause before you come all the way out of it into a straight pose. Shavasana or something. Everybody, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Hug the knees down and rock side to side. So in shoulder stand, the first pose I demoed, I often get back spasms if I hold that too long. If that happened with you, I want you to just stop, be still, and breathe. It will pass, but it's faster if you just stop moving. Sometimes when we feel spasms, we kind of panic and we try to stretch them out and move them out and try to release them somehow. Sometimes, and usually that makes it worse, or at least makes it hang on longer. If you'll just stop, it'll go away. Don't panic. You're here. Do some great big circles. Exploring range of motion with our hips and opening those muscles. Those circles as you're ready. The code word for today is home. I'm happy to be home. Code word today, home. Be home anywhere, right? We're always home in our bodies, home in our hearts, soul. Go ahead and come back to the top. Let's do a few rounds of Apanasana. Squeeze the knees down, float them away. Do that again. Squeeze the air out of your lungs. The air come in. And again. Go ahead and stretch out for your last pose today. Shavasana. Corpse pose. Say that because sometimes people follow along, they see me get up and then they get up. And I want you to get up. I want you to stay in Shavasana and enjoy it. Stretch your legs out, stretch your body out, let your hands rest away from your body. Palms facing the ceiling. Ink. Two. Hips, shoulders, arms, and your your shoulders allow you to grow to the neck. And clench your teeth, jaw, soften all the muscles. Cheekbones grow heavy, temples tall, eyeballs heavy, ear sockets, and gently guide your attention to focus on your breath, shaping. Just watch your body, yourself sitting on the floor next to your body. See. Softens on the let this be the pose. Simple.
Allow your fingers and toes to move. Draw. Feel yourself a great big hug of rock a little side to side. Or at home, so if you choose to stay in Shavasana. Roll to a side. Deep breath. It's how you feel. Take your time as you come up. Back where we began. Your hands rest on your leg. Close your eyes. Lift the crown of the head high. Inhale. As you exhale, let the shoulders and the hips grow heavy. Back just a little bit so that your shoulders are centering over your hips and the crown of your head is centered over the base of your spine. Again, notice how you feel. Remember how you felt when we began our practice. Any changes? Any difference? Whatever that is, created that in yourself. Your attention to begin focusing on your breath without molding or shaping or counting, just watch the breath. Inhales bring in energy, light. Exhale and go of density and stress. Anything that no longer serves you. Bring light, a sense of lightness as well as join your hands together in Anjali. Bring that space between the palms of the hands where you can think of something that you're grateful for in this moment. Then take a deep breath and seed it into your heart. Big exhale. Thank you for joining me tonight, allowing me to guide you through your practice. Always presence matters. Showing up and always be present for the light that is in you. Have a great rest of your day.